This is a nation. We're talking about 20 million plus souls who have needs and a voice to cry out to their maker. And right now, Zambians are crying out to their God. God cannot be this deaf. So sometimes, there's a way that looks right, but the end thereof, the road to hell, is paved with good intention. So, wakuchipata kunze nkonze anamila malilwaleni lake. They think balewamya kanshi balifipasa. There is a deafness like Pharaoh. Pharaoh, his heart was hardened. He could not hear. So we are dealing with such a spirit. But we know how this story ends. We know to whom victory belongs. So my people, do not despair. We are prayer warriors. We have sent our prayers to heaven, and the God of heaven will answer with lightning and thunder. No man, no matter how good his intentions are, you cannot force it on the people. This Bill 7, even if there are goodies in there, he himself, said, you cannot bring honey or bring anything good and put poison and ask somebody to drink. You can't do that.
Big politician is in the house on Facebook. We are live on Facebook.
All right, big politician.
But big politician, no, he's not live. He's just in the audience. I'm just welcoming him. Yeah.
But that is a matter. We are here and we will not let 20 million souls go down without a fight. It will not happen. It has never happened. It will not happen. Especially for the women of Zambia. When they come out, when the men come out, hey. Okay. So
Yes, so welcome people. We are gonna get started pretty soon. We just came live. Thank you, Hadodi Faka Atifani Faka Pressure Langisani. I just want to play some videos before we get started. What happened yesterday in the Parliamentary Committee for Bill 7? I was just like, wow. Remember that tape? Ku Parliament kulioko bali mwe bantu bakwalesa. Ku Parliament kulioko bali. Let me find that tape I played. Kulioko bale patikisha the last president to read. Vamwimina mulumendo. What kind of politics is this? Mwe bantu bakwalesa. What happened the Parliamentary Committee, where they were literally forcing the last president to read. I'm just like, okay, we need to have boundaries. This kind of desperation is too much. The desperation that was shown Kuriaku Parliament to force a
narrative.
I know, like who does that?
We can all see the but they want to paint it black.
But their behavior, their palasi bakala bula name fuchi. It's like holding a gun to your head. You know what they did there is like just holding a gun to somebody's head. Ngatabali mu camera ngabali bula nemfuti kwe bachulebelenga. You know? Efile tumona mu mafia movie bakubika nani ukani mfuti kumutu.
That's true.
Eh?
Yeah.
That was terrible. Let me just play that so that if you didn't watch it, you can listen. What they did, kuriba Langisani Zulu, imwe bantu bakwalesa. Inenadi papa. Not what kind of gangsterism is this? I was shocked. Let me play it.
Once again, and let me proceed to confer you with immunity as provided for under Cap 12 of the laws of Zambia, which gives you immunity against prosecution for what you submit before the National Assembly. And that should you mislead this committee, the reverse applies. Witness, you are guided to focus on the salient features of your submission. Let me also make mention that your team, including the chairperson of the Oasis Forum, are welcome to also make a submission if they so please.
So welcome, guys. If you're just joining, we are listening to the last chairperson telling the Parliamentary Select Committee it cannot lawfully proceed with Bill 7. But the thing that happened where now this chairman of the Parliamentary Select Committee tried to force Mr. Langisani to read something. It was wow. Just listen. Listen.
Before this honorable committee. However, if your submission forms the collective position, it is also welcome. Witness, you are guided to proceed and free to make your submission.
Chair, thank you so much for those welcome remarks and welcoming my team. Chair, whenever we come before you at the invitation of the National Assembly, we are always excited because to come before you represents an opportunity to contribute to the reform of the law. But unfortunately, today we come before you not excited, but very saddened. We are saddened because the current process, Chair, is a representation of a serious threat to the national principles and values that the Constitution espouses in Article 8 of our Constitution. Under those salient provisions, Chair, democracy and constitutionalism are the pillar that makes Zambia a democracy. We are saddened because we sit here when the supreme law of the land has been interpreted, and the proceedings that we are doing today have been impugned by the Constitutional Court in the case of Munia Zulu and Celestine Mukandila. We feel saddened because according to the Constitution, any act, any omission that is contrary to the Constitution is itself illegal. As lawyers, Chair, you may wish to know that we begin our journey as lawyers by taking an oath to defend, to preserve, and protect the Constitution. I want to stress that we feel duty-bound to represent the people of this country in defending the Constitution of the land. Why do I say so? Chair, in the aforementioned case of Celestine Mukandila versus Munia Zulu and Celestine Mukandila, the court, which is given final jurisdiction on matters of interpretation of the law, especially the supreme law of the land, did make a specific finding that the initiation of Bill 7, which at that time was contained in the ministerial position, flouted a number of provisions, including Article 1, Article 2, Article 5, Article 7, Article 8, Article 9, Article 61, Article 90, Article 91, and Article 92 of the Constitution of this land. The finding was that the initiation of the process must have benefited from the people. How? According to the express findings of the Constitutional Court, the beginning point was for government to appoint a neutral expert grouping, a technical committee that was required, first of all, to go and find from the people areas which they felt needed to be amended in the Constitution. Apart from finding from the people, the experts were required to also look through various submissions from previous constitutional review processes. Once that is done, the experts were required to frame the proposals into a bill. And once the bill has been framed, the bill and those proposals were therefore required to be taken to the people at district level, at constitutional level, at provincial level, as well as at national level. Only at the conclusion of this process was the bill supposed to be brought before the House, the National Assembly, and you as a select committee to deliberate on it. Unfortunately, that is not what has happened.
Other witness, just for guidance, we as a select committee are aware of your position as last on the process. However, you take note that the letter with management wishes you to interact with us within the scope of our mandate, and that is to scrutinize the submissions of the public within the objects of the bill. So while we sympathize with your position as LAS and many other different positions, the National Assembly and this committee in particular enjoys separation of powers. So we are aware with the processes in the judiciary, engagements with the executive. However, your engagement as LAS with us as the select committee and with the legislature should be focused or narrowed down to the objects of the bill that we're scrutinizing. However, we have taken note to get information from your preamble, which is well documented in the public domain, and you are guided to focus on addressing the specific objects of the bill, whose mandate to address is within this committee. Any other concerns, legitimate as they may be, are not within the scope of this mandate. However, you are guided to proceed.
Thank you, Chair. In fact, may I indicate, Chair, thank you for that guidance, that what I'm speaking to is what is indicated in our written submissions to the National Assembly in our letter dated 8th December 2025. As a body of lawyers with the mandate under Section 4 of the Law Association of Zambia Act, we are duty-bound, Chair, to highlight to your committee some of the concerns. I take note of your guidance, and indeed the concerns we have, which are documented in our letter of the said 8th December 2025, is a plea to you and the committee that in light of the constitutional challenges posed by the judgment of the courts of law, you are duty-bound as custodians of the Constitution to also do your part, to highlight even to the executive and everyone that is ventilating on this process the need to observe and comply with all pronouncements of the courts of law. The consequences for not doing so, unfortunately for the country, are dire. We as an association have been approached many times by different stakeholders who worry about what it means if indeed the executive could decide to proceed in any way it wants because it doesn't like a judgment. What happens to mining investments, bilateral agreements, if the basis of not complying is because you don't like the judgment? Our plea, Chair, is that in light of the Constitutional Court's declaration that the underpinning process was a nullity, in light of the state's unwillingness, the executive's unwillingness to proceed with this process, we implore you through this committee to please impress upon everyone to follow the guidance of the courts of law. Our members are not averse to a reform of the Constitution. In fact, we are on record many times that citizens benefit when laws are reformed. But the reform of the law must be holistic, must ensure that it is underpinned by democratic tenets, which is that they must be people-driven. Ours, Chair, is a plea. Please, through you and your committee, help to defend the Constitution. I thank you.
Honored witness, you can proceed to the your substantive submissions to Bill number 7.
So, Chair, that exactly is what we were. That's what forms our basis of the yes.
Well,
to just caution, but in light of these serious fundamental failures to comply, it will be remiss of us to begin to deliberate on a bill which, as we sit currently now, has been found to have been initiated in breach of the Constitution. We are hard-pressed to justify why we must contribute to ignoring express provisions of the Constitutional Court, notwithstanding whether we like them or we don't. And we are trying to join you as a select committee to help voice out this concern. I thank you.
You are done with your submission?
Yes, Chair, I'm done. Thank you.
This was all that was prepared for submission?
Yes, Chair, thank you.
Secretary, take guidance. I have a submission of Laz here.
Pay attention. Pay attention. What's happening now? What's going to happen?
Page 9. And signed by Mr. Zulu president. So, is this the correct submission that I have?
Okay, but so from here on, that's when he tried. Bayakurichi attachment ichakare. So just follow. Pay attention what he tried to do to the last chairman. Pay attention. It's really like, whoa.
Up to page 5, Chair.
Page 9.
That's an attachment, Chair.
So what do we do with your attachment? Who submits on your behalf?
No. Chair, what we have submitted on is what is from page 1 to 5 of our written submission. For historical context, we did attach, but our position is what is contained from page 1 to page 5.
Okay, Lars, you have your submission which you submitted to the National Assembly?
Yes.
Okay. Go to the page which says the Law Association of Zambia, detailed response to the outline of the prominent key issues requiring constitutional amendment and proposed roadmap.
Yes, Chair, I'm there.
Yes, so this submission is your submission.
So, Chair, that is referenced on page 1 of our written submissions.
So I'm saying this page where it starts, there's this title, the Law Association of Zambia, detailed response to the outline of prominent key issues requiring constitution. Is it your submission?
To the process as it was commenced. So what we are saying is, when the process commenced, we did highlight to government, and ultimately and eventually the courts found that what was done...
Order, witness.
Yes, please.
Order. I'm saying this page here.
Order. This page here.
Is it Lars' submission to the National Assembly?
Yes, Chair. It's an attachment to our written letter.
So are you withdrawing this attachment?
No, not at all.
So who is making the submission on this attachment?
No, Chair, we submitted it as an attachment for the committee to appreciate.
It's like trying to pull a teeth.
Okay. Honorable Combo, you want to come in?
Thank you very much, Chairman. Thank you very much, witness, for your preamble, which is very clear to all of us here. We risk having an impasse if we continue like this. Whereas we understand what you've just submitted about the process, we would plead to you that we will take full notice of what you have highlighted to the committee and to the nation, because the nation is listening. Now, the mandate of this committee, notwithstanding the breaches that you have highlighted here, sits in receiving the detailed response to each particular clause. And so our request would be that, first, to give you comfort that what we generate as a report will include your concerns. Nothing will be left out. But the primary menu for this committee is your response to each of these clauses, notwithstanding the fact that you seem to disapprove based on the court judgment of the process. We would request humbly that you walk us through this attachment, and then we'll add it to these many submissions that other witnesses for and against this process have submitted. That would be my earnest request.
Just for guidance, we can't begin interrogating the witness unless if it's a comment. The issue here, I think that we need to exhaust to the witness before we have additional comments, is that it's not the first time you're appearing before a select committee. You've appeared on several select committees, which I have sat on myself, and you are well aware that you cannot make a submission which you do not wish to read or speak to. You have spoken to your introduction and preamble, and the committee has indulged. We now wish you to speak to the issues, key issues that surround the objects of the bill, which constitute the fundamental mandate of this committee. What you actually read, the processes, do not form our mandate, but we had to indulge for the purposes of it informing us on record of your position, which is in public domain. However, I would like you to now read your submission with regards to this heading, which talks of the key issues requiring constitutional amendment and proposed roadmap, which you have submitted in written. So, witness, you are guided so as everyone and the nation can be on the same page that apart from your introduction, you have an attachment which also needs to be submitted before this honorable committee. And before you come in, allow Honorable Nyambosi, then we allow the witness to respond. Because this is their submission, they have to speak to their submission in a very...
Chair, actually it's a short one. My name is Mishek Mtetwa Nyambosi. I represent the wonderful people of Chasef Constituency, Eastern Province. And just to buttress the 2 points raised, my little understanding, I'm a law government practitioner, I'm not a lawyer, but having sat or being in this parliament for 4 years now, and being privy to the processes, I've learned that when witnesses appear the way you have appeared, and there were the situations where I've sat in committees where you have appeared, you have made submissions written and you speak to them. You give your preamble and you speak to them. And for you first to have the wisdom to submit to your written, this is your own. I saw this submission. I said, yes, you have submitted. So, my expectation was that you speak to this, or if you don't want to speak to it, you can say this is our submission. And you have done very well. Short perusal. You have hinted on the mandate of this committee. You have spoken to the clauses through your submission. So what the chair is doing and others are saying that, what are you telling this committee? You have made a submission, and you are reluctant to speak to it, if that is what I'm getting, or you are going ahead to speak to it. And from a layman's point of view, that's what I wanted to emphasize, so that the nation knows. You brought this yourselves. We have had witnesses, Chair, sorry, too, as I conclude. Those who have just sent a letter to the management about their feelings about the process. And because they just sent a letter, they came here, they never had... But you have done this and further interrogated and gave your opinions on the clauses. So it is just our layman's expectations that you lawyers, that you understand better than us. So this is the point. Are you going ahead, as the chair said, to take us through? Or you say it is as submitted, because it's on record. Whether you speak to it or not, it's on record. The nation will know. So that's the plea. Thank you.
Honourable members will not turn this into an engagement. The Honourable Nkombo, Honourable Nyambosi and myself are speaking the same thing. Is it the same thing, Honourable Dan? Very briefly, please.
Thank you, Chairperson. President, the nation is watching. And
the nation is watching.
Now, how is the nation going to be, how are they going to know the content of your attachment? Because you have the preamble you have read to the nation. Now, there's an attachment that you would want to be silent about. So it's a plea of the committee that let the nation also be aware about your attachment or the content of the attachment. I submit, Chairperson.
Chair, thank you so much. Maybe I need to clarify where we are sitting.
Yes.
The submissions I've made and page 5 of our written submissions is very clear. Is that the Law Association of Zambia respectfully urges government and the National Assembly to comply fully.
Order witness. You've read that. It's the third time.
Yes. I wanted to go to the context of the attachment.
Okay.
So I was going to indicate how this must be interpreted.
Yes.
Okay. The point I'm making, Chair, is our plea to you and to government is to comply with the judgment. We have always been willing to engage with the National Assembly on any bill that comes before you. And it is for that reason that we then have detailed response to the process as it then was before it was challenged in the courts of law.
Right.
Our written detailed response is a commitment that we have always been willing to contribute, and we were ready. That is why we are showing you, Chair, that this detailed response captures the status of the...
Order witness. Witness, we don't want to waste time. Are you withdrawing your attachment to the letter you wrote to management? What you've read before this committee...
Was it even necessary, Mwebantu? Like,
yeah,
because
you have not read your memorandum, where you have here in this memorandum commented on parts of the bill. And management wrote to you as Law Association of Zambia, asking you to comment on the objects of the bill, not to come and make a plea to this committee. Your making a plea is incidental. Is incidental to what you are written for. And this committee has accepted your plea, which forms the introduction and background of your submission. But you have commented on this bill, you have given an outline on objects of bill number 7. The question to you, Laz, is that why don't you want to read your own submission here? This outline of your...
Because it's old.
Your comments on the bill.
But if attachments,
you want to be taken back to your plea? Yes. We have taken out of your plea.
He wants to tie the man down to an old
submission. Are you going to read this, or you are withdrawing it so as the committee can proceed? You should respond with it.
Chair, I want to be very categorical. We are not withdrawing any of the attachments.
We are not.
There are 2 attachments to our written submission. The first attachment is dated 28th of March.
28 March
2025.
28 March.
This is not responding to bill number 7. That is currently before Parliament. This is responding to concerns as then they were of the Minister of Justice to demonstrate our commitment to contribute to the process. Immediately the court nullified the bill. We are stopped from contributing to speak to the specifics of the bill. But what we have attached is our written position about concerns we had at a time when the bill had not even been drafted or brought before this House.
Right.
The day it was brought before this House, and subsequently its initiation nullified by the Constitutional Court, we couldn't respond and begin to interrogate section by section. What is the attachment here is the position of Laz as of 28th of March 2025, and not to any specific
March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December.
So why did you attach it?
9 months.
Why did you attach it?
He attached it because it's
you
procedure.
You are written to comment on the objects of the bill.
Mwandini.
I will allow you to speak. You were written to by management to comment on the objects
Why
of the
did
bill.
you attach it? Is that a fair question?
You have responded to the letter to management which you've read here, and made attachment on comments on the bill. You are declining to read the comments of the bill, because even in your letter, you are talking
it's
about...
It's irrelevant. Why should you read something from 9 months ago?
How
can something from 9 months ago be valid today?
This
from
attachment
March
you have here,
which
you as Laz have submitted and comment on the bill. What is it for?
This caliber of leadership, we have a problem.
It's not a comment on the bill number 7 of 2025. This is not a comment on the contents of the bill.
This
because
is just like...
the bill is, as we speak now, its initiation was invalidated by the court of law.
Exactly.
We can't comment on
Section 1, 2, 3. He's a calm man.
Witness, with that said, this committee does not, as a member, giving solidarity to Laz, and that the table can be occupied by Laz members.
Okay, so that's end. Yapwa tape. So, that is what happened in the Parliamentary Select Committee. Yeah? I am just like, okay, if this is the caliber of debates we are having in our parliament, now we see why nothing is going anywhere. These people, I'm just like, wow. Okay. The last wrote a letter, which is a current to current affairs. This Bill 7 in June 25th, I think. June 25th, this Bill 7 was declared illegal by the Concord. In Katabachri attach Balazi, ya mumachi. So, Balazi Balembering Kata mumachi, Bachta attachi, Kuri the current letter Yobaremberia Paso, current affairs. So, from March to now, Bachta attach. But in June, the Concord declared Bill 7 illegal. So now, umuntu, that is transparency, right? It's a paper trail. Muchu songo that paper trail. In English, or if you work in administration, or if you work in administration, or not necessarily, like anything in life, there is a paper trail. Like,
speaking Tonga and Maseros, so that people understand why.
yes, so ndambaji kuti na uri magani olo uri mirandu yoni anayi atarigide mu March omo ni balembedde lugwalo balazi balemba lugwalo ku parliament whom did they write that letter to? They wrote it to, I think it's Kasune, to the Ministry of Justice. So balemba lugwalo to Kasune MOJ. I think maybe the letter why he didn't want to read it, because I think the language in Jibabereya, I think in a part wali wambati tura supporta amendment if it meets the legal requirements. I think it's Hibalembede, Nibalemba lugwalo ya mu March. Pomana tozwa mu March twasiga munani gani, twasiga mu June Constitutional Court edita declare Bill 7 illegal. So sunu tuli mu December wabalangisani nebali ku court nebali ku committee, technical committee, select committee kubali kubabetega balangisani kubali at forcing kuba at chance. What is forcing? Oko bale bapatikisha okwebati babere engeri enkalata ubasinigiha bali ubasinigiha ati babale lugwalo olyandu balebedde mu March ati go bala lugwalo ndoga lembedde mu March na chinchoga gira kubala lugwalo balangisana tuba tagu kambo olugwalo twalulembedde gaindi edian naninga Constitutional Court ta reject a Bill 7 itwawulem. So it has been overtaken by events. Nomba ababantu baweha lugwalo oluya ndwalita atachi uleta mu March atagu paga ulubale lugwalo gobala ina chincho yitira atachi oluletera hilugwalo gobala hyogale mbomu. Muntu alemba lugwalo mu March ngu December guli hinji hajitira gatiawo, including your bill bayigaga Oasis Forum oyigaga bantu bonse baligagide Bill 7 pe munya yaba technical committee bagari nkombo banyambose abadaka bonse kusinigia ba Langisani kutegwa babale eyahibale mbedde mu lugwalo lwa ndubale mbedde mu March. So mewano anguzu yamana basa nguzu yamana wugulanga kubali businiri Langisani kutegwa abale lugwalo ali mu mulombwa na ula moyo ukaliganye kambona ndime naninga nindazwa omuya mu parliament committee nandime naninga ninda atakala because bamubika pressure kutegwa abali attachment iyanjaga jita attach. Tuli hima procedure kwa kutegwa na uli mulandu na mwanka wakubetegwa mulandu kutaligira pogazwa. That's why abayabalangisani balazi chivabikira rugwaro ruyarwa mu March vaita attach kurugwaro nguvaremba mu December kambo milandu ngumboyenda kuti nawo mulandu ngotatarika kokupandurura ihachitika sono oyu mulandu watarika kaindi watarika mu March vayechechi nguva atarike yeri vari kurari Youth Day, Women's Day, mbiva tamaka na ya Bill 7 vayechechi. So now kuti vakuita wakuvetekwa na kumukoti oro ku Law Association of Zambia muntu onse unka wakulondo wakupandurura makana yamba endede welede kubika attachment magwaro onse ahintu yonse yachitika puwakatarikira mulando yo wa Bill 7 bayede kuita attach ino pemunyawo aba technical parliamentary technical committee bamujata mukosi mulongwa na uja kubale lugwalo na lugwalo to kulubala na kutugoe. Let us remove the attachment. I'm like, who does that? Even in a computer, that's why I am a computer mbobaga ipangaya. Email, correspondence email, tanga to foot. That's why ba ubika lugwalo. It's like abantu tabali computer literate nani. Hendi kutuka na muntu mewana. Because all computer so uti now type computer go type email, type lugwalo a computer, you can never get rid of that. It will be a paper trail. Now email 5 years ago, the email will not be deleted. Even if you deleted it, is there on the cloud, you can go and retrieve it. Which now if you put email anomazuba wuri cloud. Which now lugwaro rufuta computer yago ngaba unka ku cloud bagulu. So muntu no bantu ujita here the person was just doing the right thing. When you are dealing on a case or a matter, you have to put the paper trail where it started. Every document concerning that case has to be attached to that file. You cannot have a file where you just which started in March and you just bring a document today. No, there has to be a paper trail the day that case started. Kulondolola. So me, I am just like, wow, looking at those parliamentary select committee members grill Langisani, I'm just like, whoa. And they were even live on camera. Now imagine na tagaria camera ya Langisani na bamuchani na ninga bamuchani na ninga na tuambati tabari live baba ya bantu awachi ngababwe habi ya muti kumutwe gozgo jitabo bukusinato jitibo busunula who gangster. I'm just like, wow, I wanted really to talk about that. You know, besides many other things, but that is a side that was like really mind-boggling. And it's like, these people, they are gangster. Who does that? Is like, it's a case. When you have a case, you bring a whole file from day one. From day one, if there is a case, from day one, the case started. You can't just be looking at documents in isolation. Okay, tuchifunye kwech. No. And then things have been happening. So then what makes that letter irrelevant? Because there are events which have happened, which have made that letter irrelevant. It's like ulefwa yomwana kashite. Good example now yanda watamuga into. Wamubeja mozumi hana yechu ya uwatana tuya uwatana. You know? And mokala 2 months, 2 years into ya jinja muga into ogugaga. So ngozumana nata kambo mebo wali ndi zuminide ingatondiga. Hibali wenda ujita. Hibajita. Baraba parliamentary committee. It's like you are after a girl. Ulefa yomana kashi. Mwekala 2 years, 9 months pachitike fintu baku ikato uchende. Baku ikato lei momana kashi afukana. Inete chingupo eko kulimu. Bali mikato buchendoro nwo basakala. So nombe we mwa umeolo we mwana kashi. Kuti waiba jo pantu wali nsumine mu March kwe bachinkupe techunkane mu December. La ndafira tuwa umfanine mu March. If you bale chitaba ba parliamentary committee, it's a similar situation. But who does that? You know, you have to move with times. You can't insist someone abengefia mu March when apapakati a lot has happened. It's 9 months. So They government too late dealing and even their ministers, these people working in UPND government, now money for they treat Langisani. These are people, they are not Democrats. Yeah? I don't know if they just don't know what to do, because it's just a general principle in life. You know, you go and propose a man or woman who get married, you plan wedding. Before the wedding date, things happen. You have the right to back out. So you can't say, no. Things don't work like that. So if LAS supported this Bill 7, and in the middle of this whole process, they put things in the bill that they don't want, they have the right to back out. But these people, they were trying to force this LAS to read a letter which supported them, which is irrelevant by time. So I submit. If you want to come in, welcome by Njoji, Vascuz Mwaiseni. Otherwise, wanting to the Muchibe no take over. To the Muchibe. You know, for me, just looking at the venom, the venom that was there in that Parliamentary Select Committee, how they were attacking that the last chairman, God bless his heart, he's calm. Me, I couldn't take that. I could have just said, excuse me, I feel attacked and I don't feel comfortable. You know, they attacked the man. I could have excused myself and say, this is not, this environment is toxic. That meeting was toxic. What a shame, really.
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Kulimpumi, and greetings to everyone on the panel. It's quite unfortunate. I remember contributing some time back. I started with integrity. Integrity is everything. So that chair on the select committee, the people who are chairing that committee, they lack integrity. If people had integrity,
they are bullies. Chimona bullying. They just wanted to bully Langisani to read that. But why bully someone to read a letter which is irrelevant, which has been overtaken by events? Hmm?
I do agree with that. They wanted to bully you. They placed him under duress. They wanted him to.
They placed him under duress and they were bullying him on camera. They bullied Langisani and they wanted to force him to read a statement which is whatever, obsolete. It's not valid. The letter they wrote in March is not valid because of what has happened. What happened mainly in June.
Yes, my point is, one, whoever is sitting on that committee, they lack integrity. One, that's just a fact.
They are bullies. Integrity. They just tried to bully. They bullied Langisani.
Yes, why I'm driving the agenda of integrity. If people had integrity in life, one, if their judgment is sitting and they say it is a nullity, why should you even go and entertain that and you chair? You want people to submit so that they make submission on the content of the bill, which is already a nullity. To me, it doesn't make sense, right? So, the likes of Gary Ngombo and the chair, I think they lack integrity. They're the people who are supposed to be advising the head of state and the government itself to say, this what we're doing is not right. Because already there is a judgment. So why should we proceed with this in this manner? Why should we not start the whole process the way the court had advised based on that judgment? So to me, integrity is lacking. This is where we are because the leaders that we have in our country, they lack integrity. They're not standing firm. They're not coming out. Whenever there's a wrong, those people are supposed to have stood up and rejected that process, even from the ruling government. So they're not leaders who stand for the people. They are there just to get the monies and fatten their bellies. That's it. That's my take for now.
Thank you, I suppose. Angel G, welcome, Mama Elia. Mwandini.
Thank you, Madam President. Thank you. We are here. We're listening to the submissions.
Yeah, twachua kuiba mama chika moneka kulia.
Apparently, Nachisa Kokuli chair, and I said, Kokuli chair because chair actually live. She was trying to explain me. That, there was no judgment and all that. At least she tried, and then she also tried to tell the MPs, the way you've been telling MPs to say, HH is just going to use you and dump you. Right now, things look like very good, but eventually, it's gonna be bad. I also learned something which she brought on the which she mentioned to say apparently he even insults these MPs. I'm like, what?
Power.
Yes, that's
what really?
Yes, they tell me, chair, how chair is, she misses no point and all that. She said the MPs have told her that by HH, I think in my meeting, at even telling them, what you know, I'm the one who made you reach where we are here. How can you tell somebody? It's a collective. You can't be said that never nakuleta pano. Even me, it's never nakuleta pano. If it was for those MPs, did Bill 7, was it going to go through or it wasn't going to go through? It's because of the MPs that Bill 10 didn't go through at that time. So you can't be insulting the MPs at never Japan. They also played a role in your life. So it's a two-way thing. You can't just look down on the MPs and say, it's me who has brought you here. They've also played a role. They've put you there. At chair, chair how a chair is. At meetings, I felt so bad. And then she was telling them to say, if he can insult you at this time, when the Bill 7 hasn't gone through, what wrong am I saying, Peter? Ngamai Bill 7 you're in. You go here. Exactly the same thing that we've been talking about on this platform, madam. By now, if you no. Bring this one. Bill 7, but they are not seeing all those evil clauses. They are looking at the clauses which are talking about representation of women, youths, and the disabled, and it looks like it's a very good thing. But there is there are evil clauses which are there, especially the issue of getting the power of the voters. You see? All those things that we are talking about and everything, there are these others, they may look like whatever. The same mouth of HH said, if supporting Bill 10 because of one or two clauses, it's like eating poisonous in the sugar. That's what he said. His words are still valid even now. You understand? Apparently, there's even a rumor going around. There's not rumor. I've seen it in the blogs where they've posted a picture of a young man who they're saying is going to be the one to manage the elections in Parliament, and that whether MPs are there or not there, you make sure that they will look like they've voted. I don't know what system, I don't know, there's a system in Parliament where you cannot be in Parliament but you can vote and all that. But this one, we don't know whether they're supposed to be there physically and whatever, which one will apply. So there's a picture of a young man from whatever who they said he should be the one to manipulate the whatever. Already people are talking. These things are coming out in the public because people want to make sure that this Bill 7 does not go through. And they are letting the public to say, colleagues, this, So, the MPs, yes, remember yesterday we were talking about these MPs, who, I think we talked about it on this platform, to say these MPs, especially UPNG, 3 million. So I just hope, I've seen some MPs are coming now to say, no, support Chanda Chanda from Kanchibia. He's busy saying, no, my people in Kanchibia have said I should not make sure, I should make sure that Bill 7 goes through. These are the people who, because they've gotten something, MPs, even if all of you are paid, by 3 million or whatever. Remember, madam, when you were saying, I don't even know how they're being paid. Obviously, they're being given cash. Even if they give you this cash, somehow, we've all said we'll do an audit live on you when the right time comes. As long as your resources that not match with what you have, it will be proceed of crime. Proceed of crime. We've learned it a hard way. So we are not going to allow people over because of 3 million kwacha, you sell the country. 3 million kwacha, you sell the country. This thing, madam, the way Tuale Komailapo yesterday on this Bill 7 to say, you MPs, don't sell the country because of 3 million. They will use you on exactly what Chair also was talking about today. To say, look, we have people like Bachimba Kambwi. We've got people like GBM. We've got people like Abena Binwell. All those people. They were supposed to be part of HH, but where are they today? They're being discarded and all that. So people should learn something. So literally, we are saying the same thing. The only thing is we don't know whether these MPs are getting the information or not. It's unfortunate. I just hope they're getting the information. Let them not sell the country. Let them think of the country. Put the country first, not to put your stomach first. Because this stomach first that you are putting there, your children, come to think of it, 10 years from now, where will your children be? Will these laws that you want to pass today be okay for your children's children to come? Today you may enjoy this, but what about your children? You imagine your children will start going through what other people are going through, who are being subjected to injustices, and you want to come and vote for this Bill 7 to go through. These are the things we're talking about. Don't think about yourself. Think about the generation and generation to come. I don't know if really they want to sell. Me, madam, like you always stated and I've said on this platform, should Bill 7 go through? I'll never say no wait. And not because of anything. I know who I am. I know what I can do. And I'm feeling for the ordinary Zambians who don't know what they are, who can't even do what they are supposed to do. Believe you me, even this load shedding which they're saying, I've seen it. The person who has written is Barbara Chama. She has categorically said, don't be wound-wicked in this load shedding that they're saying that we are going to give you 10 hours load shedding. Where have they been all these years? All these years you stayed in 21 hours, some people 3 days with no power. But you come today, they tell you that, no, it's not about elections, but we're going to give you what? We are going to give you power for 10 hours, and you feel good, and you go and vote for them. No, go back to the time when HH said, when these people come and give you 10,000 kwacha, get it, and make sure, Maya, Nokulanda Nakushtogu Vishani, he said the word we said. I will not repeat that word. But the president himself is on record having said, collect the money. Even you Zambians, enjoy the power that they're giving you for now. Because come 2026, after August, we are going to hear, ERB want to increase tariffs. No, ERB wants to increase fuel. No, ERB wants to do this. And this is what will be the order of the day. So right now is the day to stop this, so that we don't make this man as a dictator. Once we make him as a dictator, we are finished, all of us, finished. You heard how Rumango was arguing in Parliament to say, we have these hours of load shedding because when Bino Ompondo asked, what has been done for us to have this improved hours of having power? You heard the vice president. She said, the Kafua River is now full. Kafua now is whatever, is generating. It's not Kariba generating, it's Kafua generating. And then VAR is very good. Took back who's this man Cornelius when he said it takes three months for water to move from Kashua River to Kariba. So you see the inconsistency even how they argue. It's like the way Aimbe was arguing about the limitation. Even him has been given a VAR. Walanda, you know, the thing go to ECZ, but ECZ is there on record to say no, actually. The limitation report, which was published in 2019, has been revised. And after being revised, it was submitted to the executive. So, but on the platform, you're saying something else. And when we tell you that this is inconsistency and coordinated facts that you're presenting to the public, he actually missed an opportunity for him to explain to the Zambians what clauses are there in the Constitution for them to be able to support it or not support it. As a Minister of Justice who was there before, now a current Minister of Foreign Affairs, but as a lawyer, he should have been able to explain these things so that people understand. I was happy Mama Chikamonika on EMV. I joined later on. She tried to even explain in Bemba of the issues of Bill 7, which I was very happy. I hope people are the ones who are voting. I don't think they could have voted for this Bill 7. But because you've got ministers, MPs who want to go and vote for their stomach, definitely let's tell them to say, vote no to Bill 7. Thank you, Madam President.
Thank you. Mama Elia, how are you there? You ready? Bueno, we can go on a break. I'll play some clip. Let me play a clip while we break up, huh? Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Mama Angel G. You know, if it pass, it pass. We have done our best.
What are they saying?
Kima Lukula, let me put it on Bluetooth move for Kobalela and Chilos. Kiloya.
Marketivo, the local community in the markets and the bus station. District in Mama structures what are they saying? Marketivo, the local community in the markets and the bus stations, Mali Mulunga Mo, taxi drivers and bus drivers. Kuna ni notion ya kuli no when Malukula sent money to people to vote for him for Emmanuel Mwamba podcast. Kima. Mhm. Mhm. Shangwe, shang.
There you go, Malukula Fela. Kwa haye, Kimalukula Fela. Malozi kwa haye kafo, Kimalukula Fela shangwe.
So funny.
Go ahead, my daughter of Zion. Alamwandi Natunaka. I can't wait for Monday. Monday can't come soon enough. Oh, atikima lukula fela. Chilishani ukwa abantu pa ground. Nina no bale fwaya. Atikima lukula fela. Kiloya. So news yali yakale mumishu mwanti. Ni malukula fyo tule fwaya. Ni lawyer. Ki lawyer. Ati ni lawyer. Ki ni muchilozi. So ati ni lawyer. Yeah. Fela is a fear. Kimalukula fela ni malukula fie otulefwaya ni lawyer. If you bade land.
Wasila, so shall it be.
Kwani kuli mulungu oko. Ati ni lawyer fie otulefwaya kimalukula fela yelubata. Malukula kilo ya bamupera neshina. Mwamona mulempele eshina ati mulepwisha omuntu kanshi yeli neshina abantu eli amwimya malukula nishi bane mwitira ati malukula
Spiritually, physically, socially.
mune mwene mu spirit bale mupele eshina but ishina lyako nomba yaba campaign name
Honest as it is in heaven. Nobody can abort that one.
ule pelo munobe eshina kanshi yeli neshina eli le mwimya.
Madam, na mushofu na chumala somewhere, at history repeats itself. How does history repeat itself? At the church in 2021, then people said, we will catch him on to the fire. But no one to my sapel on Marukula. Marukula, to the fire.
Chapwa. Ama Zambia ngabalande finish chapwa. Wamana kufelile kipeto kimalukula fela all the way.
You know, the grace on Maccabi is just something else. Trust me, madam. Even me, sometimes when I sit, I ask myself, every of my friends that I talk to, trust me, they come and tell me, if we are going with Maccabi. And then I'm like asking myself, I said, you just speak at your way. Maccabi. I told myself, I said, the grace of God on this man is just something else. Trust me.
They can never stop it.
No.
Who can
the daughter of Zion, I actually see what so shall it be. The only papa we believe, no, not papa. The only person we believe so much that we can even give you a bit of to say you. Listen to the daughter of Zion. We are in the same way. We are on the same page.
Yeah, it's so profound, you know. Yeah, I should speak and let her bless this man because you can tell, you can tell where the wind is blowing when it reaches the village. And, there's so much against him, but like Rai has said, the same name that you meant for evil is the one that
God is turning it around. Tell you what was evil, at what was meant for evil, God turned it around. Remember the song we were singing? Yes, is it yesterday? The other day, yes. The day I was dancing here, God turned it around.
can dance again and again. We'll dance with you, Mama. Huh?
Tualashana.
Okay, first, before namba na kukamba, fakani poni ya mneja nyimbo foot. Come on, let's go in the spirit.
And you know the other thing, Madam President, or the people on this platform, if you check, Makebi's the love that people are giving, it's not a one in which you are forcing people to say, do it. It's naturally, it's not it's not coming forcing. No.
It's reciprocal, but when life balance that you give love, you receive love. But because you could patikisha pa situation to
you are forcing people.
It's like pulling teeth pa kuti abantu bamuchite accept. Aferuka 5 times. When you give love, you receive love. Chapwa. Makebi is a loving person. Ngamwamu mona fyo mwinenga wamu mona lelanda. He talked about women. Bana mayo Makebi muntu wesu. In his first speech, padiba EMV padia, he said he wants women to be in leadership. So which means the gender equity akaibika po. Bana mayo ni mwebe nefe mukala panyana nikani inchito. Mwebe ne mukala panya inchito because he's going to use the gender balance. Ukweba if there are 156 MPs, 50% must be women, and if the women are there, they are credible, they are qualified, you know, they are professional, we are going to be appointed. Nobody will use and dump a woman in Makebi's government because he said it. He says he wants women in government, and Article 45 1D in the Constitution says gender balance. So under Makebi's government, I see a government which is going to actually respect the Constitution. And for the first time in Zambian history, I think we are looking to a parliament that will be close to reflect our population. You know? Each maybe what will be the thing which will let him down in fulfilling the gender equity is there won't be enough women maybe qualified to fit those positions. So it's important, if you are young, make sure you have a grade 12 certificate, which is the minimum entry.
You mean there are no women there are more women that are qualified to staff them, even if we expand?
No, but they are not into politics, you know. They are not into politics, but I am talking to the women who are into politics. Make sure you get your grade 12 certificate. Mwamona. Because Kudibana Mayo, I'm not going to say a name, but there are women whom I know, politics, but they can't put the government at grade 12.
No, I think the numbers are that there are more women who are qualified.
In politics, in politics.
Oh, in politics, you mean in politics?
Yes, because politics, it makes more sense. Like, for example, all of us here, we are politicians, right? And we have the minimum requirement takes to perform in a government role. Then we should receive priority to get a role in Makebi's government, because we have been here in politics and we have been speaking for the people. But then we don't want a situation government yapangika, because we want to fill the position with women. You sideline whatever namayo baba politics with qualification. You know this. I hope you see what I'm trying to say.
No, I understand. Actually, you spoke to it earlier. The way they treated Langisani. That is what is making women shy away from politics. It's not that there are no women who are willing or qualified to engage.
But they don't participate, you know. But Namayo, they are not brave enough, you know. Women, we should be brave.
I don't think any woman wants to be paraded the way they did to Langisani. And that's what we must fight for. We must sanitize the political environment. environment.
Or even Katebe. Look at Beauty Katebe. Look at me.
There is a fine woman who's qualified.
Beauty Katebe, look at how they treated her. Look at like me, what they say about me, or Queen Cobra, many other women who are in the front lines with our face showing. We are even useless. Come on, diaper. Will come and insult me. Eh? You don't know how many people have come to tell me to say, but no, Baba, they can open social. Many people come to me and give them a politics. Just stop politics. Are you ready to be insulted day and night? I just said, I don't care. We shall pay for mundo. If they accuse me to be a prostitute, that doesn't make me a prostitute. In Gaba, maybe don't they do prostitution? Men do prostitution in government. My girlfriend. Nobody talks about men and their prostitution. But it's not prostitution, right? Nobody got a girlfriend. Nobody got a it's not prostitution. Let's say a woman just have 2 boyfriends. Limbita boyfriend at the same time. You know. They marry different times, but multiple men. They earn a title of a prostitute. But we have men politicians who have girlfriends everywhere, men party everywhere. Nobody calls them a prostitute. But in actual fact, when you're a prostitute, it's nothing different.
It is so sad, and especially now, you know what has come upon us. It is ugly. It's like the 7 or the 12 plagues have just been unleashed.
These corrupt judges.
These praise singers are unleashing. Anyway, my daughter of Zion, paper.
But if I always my daughter of God has turned it around. Yeah. Yeah. So, if you are Maria, good to see you. Good to see you, everybody. By the horse to the panel. It won't define me. Just because you call me a prostitute, I won't become a prostitute. They see a woman who is confident to speak, and they think like, you know, like some families, there are women who have made it through bottom power. No. They are highly educated women, and some of them, they stay away because of the backlash. And some husbands don't support their wives. I'm a politician. Okay, but it's okay for our politicians. I don't care. Whatever. I am not a prostitute, so whatever you accuse me doesn't make me what I am. I don't care. And women should develop a thick skin. And men should support their wives who want to be in politics. You know. Politics will not make you a prostitute. No. If you like to sleep around, politics is not the thing that is going to make you start sleeping around. It's because if you want the mokuchita.
Yeah, that's very true. It's just a character.
It's a character of someone. Mama.
What the enemy meant for evil.
By who?
Nathaniel Bass.
Facebook twice, Sala. Thank you, Facebook. I don't know what will happen, Pamande.
Pamande will just have to protest.
For a spirit of heaviness, he gives us a garment of praise. But I want you to know, regardless